Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm here to share with you this very fun slimline card. It's got a little different measurement and it also uses a foil. I will be using the Forever and Always stamp set, the Always dies, and some of my Stampin' Blends. I have all of my cardstock cut already, but you can find all of the supplies, the paper sizes, and everything I've used on my blog, mystamplady.com. So we're going to start with this piece of thick basic white cardstock. It measures to start with 6 by 7 inches, and then I've scored over at 3.5 inches along the 7-inch side. So I'm going to fold that in half. So then my complete size here, it is measuring 3.5 inches by 6 inches. It's a little different than the typical card done in the United States, but it's kind of fun to have a different size to work with. So that's my card base. I have my basic white regular cardstock. Now this stamp set is a photopolymer, so that means I'm going to need to stamp onto my Stampin' Pierce pad, and I'm using the Memento black ink because then I can color in with my Stampin' Blends. The Memento ink works really well when you need to use, or when you are using the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers. Okay, there's my first flower I'm going to do. And let's stamp the second one. There we go. And then I have just put 2 of the leaves on one block because then I can stamp them, 2 of them at once. I'm only going to use 3 leaves, but because I had both of the leaves on there, I just stamped them both. I have my stamping all done. Now I'm going to do some coloring with my Stampin' Blends, and I have my light old olive. And all I'm going to do with that is just, I'm not blending it, I'm just adding a little bit of color here to my to my leaves. Then I will be die cutting these. Okay, I have Rococo Rose I'm using, and I'm first of all coloring in the areas that I want to have a little bit darker. And then I'm going to come back in with my light marker and color those to blend those together. Okay, when you have your flowers and your leaves colored like you'd like, you can just die cut them. So I have used the dark Mango Melody for my center. And then you can see that I have the coordinating die set. So we'll have the smaller flower, the larger one, and then the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to just place these on my cutting plate and then run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Let's stamp the Forever and Always on a small piece of Blushing Bride. And I'm going to die cut this with one of the dies that matches this size. So it's just a little angled one. And while I'm running this through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I'm also going to cut out my foil. Always, another sheet of Blushing Bride. I'm going to cut out the background matte. So I'm going to run all these through. We do sell a sticker sheet that you can use to put onto your die cut before you run it through. But my favorite thing is I've been just using a spray adhesive, and I really like using that. It's quick and it's easy, and I've been having really good luck with that. So let's just place this onto that mat. Always onto that mat, and you can see how it will stand out a bit more because it has that background. I'm also using the True Love Designer Series paper. It has a pattern on one side and then a black and white image on the other side for you to color in. So you could use your Stampin' Blends and color these flowers. I'm using this basic dotted one here, and then I'm going to mat this with a piece of basic black cardstock. So let's just put the adhesive down there. And I'm using the Stampin' Seal. And then this is cut a little bit larger. And then this can just go right in the center of my card base. Okay, I've added adhesive to the back side there. And let's just place this down right in the front of my card base. And I have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. I'm going to run this through the Cut and Emboss with the Dainty Diamonds folder. This is a really nice folder, has a nice subtle background. I liked this piece of crumb cake. I felt like it just kind of grounded my flowers and my sentiment a bit more. So I ran this right across the center. And then from here, we can put down our flowers, placing those over on the side. Put some adhesive on the back of this always. Tuck that right up in here. And then we have our little forever. I think this would make a nice wedding card. I felt like I had a little space over here, so I added a couple of black dots. And it just kind of brought my eye all the way over to the edge and finished that off. And there you have a beautiful wedding card, or maybe you wanted to use it for an anniversary card. But this is a stamp set that you would think would be for Valentine's Day, but you can see that there's so much more you can use it for. Be sure to subscribe to my page and click on the bell if you want to get more notices when I upload a video.